Imagine walking into a restaurant and the chef comes in and they say to you,
"We can create anything you want. Just let us know what it is that you want to order."
On one hand, that's pretty exciting. They can customize the meal to whatever it is that fits your mood. On the other hand, it's a little overwhelming. How do you even know what they have, what they don't have, what ingredients are available in the kitchen? It would be so much easier if somebody just narrowed down the decisions for you so you didn't have to figure it out on your own. So this is exactly what so many new consultants struggle with, and often they make a mistake around. They create a bunch of different custom offers for all their clients. And more importantly, they end up overworking and under-earning. So today, I'm going to help you craft a consulting offer that just feels like a no-brainer yes, without you diving into the weeds of every single problem that your clients have. Plus, I've got this great resource that's going to help you figure out how you can package up your expertise into an in-demand consulting offer, so make sure that you stick around for that. So the first thing that I want you to do when you're creating a new consulting offer is to make sure that it's incredibly outcome-based. If there's any type of vagueness around what it is that the client's actually getting, it will be difficult for them to make a decision to hire you. And then if they do, what they'll be thinking is, oh my gosh, this is great. I have this incredibly smart person on retainer. I'm just going to give them all of the problems that I have in my company. So what you want to do is you want to start with a consulting offer that is the biggest needle mover in your area of expertise. So here's an example. I have a student who is a specialist in technology. What she's particularly good at is helping organizations reduce redundancy in their tech stack. So what she does is she comes in, and this is something she did in her corporate job, and she goes around and she says, "Why are you paying for this? Did you even know that you could negotiate this license with this big company that shall not be named?" And as a result, within the first 30 or 60 days, these clients experience a tremendous cost savings. So as I like to say, with your consulting offer, what you want to do is make sure that you are always trading outcomes for income. And in order to do that, in order to have an outcome-based delivery, it's really important that you sell it that way from the beginning. That naturally narrows the scope, gives you the ability to work less hours and make more. And most importantly, it gives you and your client a very focused, specific target that you're working on together, which increases the chances of them getting an ROI on your services. Here's the second thing I want you to do when it comes to creating your first consulting offer. I want you to use the expertise and the knowledge that you've already built in your previous roles. So many experts that I meet, so many professionals that I coach, are sitting on a gold mine and they rarely even know it. A lot of consultants just delay breaking into consulting because they feel like they need more experience, more tools, more training, a different degree. But that mindset is often just going to keep you stuck in perfection mode. So instead of trying to start something new from scratch, go back to the experience that you already have. So many of you are coming from a professional background in your corporate career. And chances are, if you really look back and you think about what are the biggest wins that you've had in your career up until this point, you will see so much evidence of the success that you have had in those various roles. And the best part is that you don't need to start any of this from scratch. What you do need is you just need to know how to package it up. So if you want to see how I structure my own offers, how I price them, how I deliver them, what you're going to want to do is you're going to follow this link called createyourconsultingpackages.com, and I'll get it right over to you. When it comes to packaging your offer and selling it to your first few clients, there's one last component that I think is so important to mention. I would recommend that in the beginning stages, when you really need to prioritize cash flow, and it's important to get those case studies and testimonials, that you target the right client. And that typically means organizations, businesses that have either an operating budget or have annual revenues at $500,000 or more. Make business development and any skills around lead generation a priority as you're starting out your consulting business. Because when you first start out, getting those case studies and testimonials, making sure that you can help businesses that truly need your help and can pay for it is one of the best ways to get started quickly. So another example is I recently had a student that was ready to quit her corporate job. She came into my community and she said to me, "Laura, I am done. I do not want to hang around here anymore. How quickly can I leave my corporate role? And I said to her, you absolutely can get started quickly. Let's make a list of your network. Let's think about who are your highest potential prospects and start pitching them based on a framework that I teach inside of my program. She quit her job on July 1st with a couple clients and a lot of prospects in her pipeline. And by August 1st, she was walking into a $25,000 month. But let's talk about what she did to get that result. The first thing she did is she went out into the market with a very specific offer based on her operations background in consumer product goods. Then she helped solve a specific problem on the operations side with an outcome-based offer. This made it an easy yes to the established businesses that she was pitching to. Because once they actually thought about it and looked at what it was that she could help with, they were going to make more money by hiring her than not. And that's the key to all of this. You want your offer to be so strong that even if they're paying you $5,000 or $10,000 a month or more, they are making or saving more money than they're paying you. And the best part about consulting is there's such little overhead involved. Her only expenses are a little bit of software and signing up for my coaching program. And that was pretty much it. So remember this, you are not going to have it all figured out before you get started. You can dive into free videos like this or come into my community, but the key to getting a result is taking action even if you feel a little scared. And that student that I had just mentioned to you, every time I would offer her a suggestion or she would listen to a lesson in my course, she would say to me, Laura, I'm really not very comfortable doing this. This is outside my comfort zone, but I'm going to trust you and I'm going to do it anyways. And that's why she got a great result. And if you want help just kind of figuring out how you could even put that together, make sure that you check out this link, this createyourconsultingoffer.com. It's free, it's a fantastic resource, and I can't wait to help you get your first consulting offer out the door and sold. And if you've been thinking, this sounds great, but okay, what if I actually get the lead? How do I sell to them? I have a resource for this too. This video is really going to help you on how to sell in a way that's incredibly authentic, in integrity, and is very soft. It's not a hard sell strategy at all, and I think you're going to love it.